Hello viewers, welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship for the Group 2 races taking place this weekend at Hungary in the Hungaroring track. So what we'll do first of all is we'll have a brief look at the table and see where people are. So you can see Martin Bailey's leading it with Petri Vitala second, Johan Larsson in third. I'm only showing the top 10 for obvious reasons. There's no point in showing the whole table. This is where the action's going to happen. Now, obviously, the next race, somebody could move into the top 10. There's going to be some interesting people racing in this track in relation to finish places and times. It'll be interesting to see if they can avoid drive track limits. Quick look at the calendar just to see where we're up to. Now, that should have actually said we're up to Hungaroring. It did earlier on, but, you know, technology and all that. We are actually Hungaroring this week. Having done Oulton Park last week. So qualifying's underway. We'll go to qualifying and I've got Mr. Wood with me.
Hey, how's it going, mate?
Great, thanks very much. And we may have Juan joining us later on. Juan himself has been having a few technical difficulties, so we'll see where we get to in relation to that. So as you can see, we're ready to go with qualifying. The grid is consisting of 28 cars. So a couple of things. First of all, we've relocated our server. This is the first weekend trying out a new server. We were having problems with our old server, so consequently we've tried to find an alternative. A decision was made to pick Europe, mainly because that's the majority of racers. Now we're going to see how this works because we've got a lot of people from, you know, across the world really, and we're hoping no one's going to suffer as a result of it. If it stands up well to the race and no one struggles and it obviously keeps all 30 cars going, I think we're in a good position. But obviously if we struggle, we've still got the opportunity to change it. It's on a month by month basis, this one, so from this perspective, you know, it's going to be a month's trial and we'll see where it goes. But the old server will be decommissioned at some point as we move across into this. So I'm going to stay on board with Martin Bailey. As we can see here, Martin Bailey's on track. I'm going to jump in the cockpit of Martin. He's coming down the straight. Martin's been very consistent on this track with his times, and I would expect him to be into the 145, possibly 145.8, 145.6. A couple of other drivers to look out for. We've got Johan Larsson, who's actually managed to do a 144, which is blistering. That's Group 1 pace. And we've also had...
Mate, that's not only Group 1 pace, that's Group 1 pole pace.
Yeah. Melvin's been absolutely flying around here, as has Rayner. So I think it's going to be interesting just to see, you know, where qualification takes us. So this track also, there's a lot of track limit warnings I think people are going to get, and I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with, let's say, a couple of drive-throughs as a result of people taking excursions and liberties in the corners. So they are quite strict, and the problem is where it's strict as well is normally where you've got your foot planted. So consequently I do think we're going to see quite a few track limits here, warnings for that, and a couple of drive-throughs. So Martin's obviously still on a good lap at the moment. Actually he spoilt his lap, he must have already hit track limits. So what I'll do is I'll pick somebody else. I'll jump on board with Stefan. No, Stefan's not pulling that. We'll sit on board with Johan.
Yeah, let's go on board with Johan, man, because he is one fast you know what.
So
I couldn't believe how fast he went in that pre-qual. So I'm expecting easily him getting into the 144s, mate.
Let's see how he takes this corner. If you go too right deep here, that's a failed track, and there you go, he's just lost his track limits there, and you will get a track limit warning. So that's his lap spoilt. So I'm going to go back to the front to Mike. Hugh Morris has just pulled a 146.3 in there. A 146.3. Mike Dealove with a 146.6, and Uwe Follen with a 146.62. So we're just starting to see the cars now flex the muscles, and the drivers inside the cars showing what they're capable of. And you can see there we've got Ollie in front, one of our Australian drivers. Got quite a high ping, but actually he's not bouncing around, so his latency must be really good. So Hugh's also going very fast here. Just not sure he wants to get past these cars. Ideally he does, but he might be getting a good tow on the straight afterwards anyway. You can see he's gaining, but his time isn't improving at the moment. He's got his braking point brilliant there. Now he's backed out. Yeah, he really wants to probably back out there. So I'm going to jump on board with Peter. Peter's on a really good lap here. He's 9/10 up. He's a second up, so he's going for a 146.1, which will put him on provisional pole.
You know, what's interesting here, mate, is if you look at the spread of drivers around the circuit, I mean, you've got folks which are like 2, 3, and 4 cars, like in little trains. And,
Yeah.
you know, this track, you have to give yourself some space because, you know, you're just going to slow yourself down and make mistakes. This is going to be a bit of a tipsy-turvy, or topsy-turvy, I should say, qualifying. So yeah.
Peter's going to be our first driver into the 145s. Peter LaFrance, he's 1.2 seconds up. Is he going to do it? He's 1.3 up. And there's our first 145 with a 145.8. Well done, Peter. Dimitri is also on an absolute flyer. Dimitri, one of our sponsors, Syndeo.world, also along with PWS Precious Washers.co.uk and Aqua Green. He's just got a bit sideways there, Dimitri, but he's still 8/10ths up. This is going to put him into a 145.8. He's going to be battling with Peter. He's now 9/10ths up, so he's absolutely flying as it stands at the moment. He's looking really, really good. He's just lost a 10th there and another 10th there. He needs to really get the power down, otherwise his time's going to start reeling off. Still so good. He's going to get a good braking point here. He is indeed. He's still kept it in track limits. He's lost another 10th. He's down to 6/10ths now, 5/10ths. So he's really struggling to get into the 145s now. He can still do it, but now he can't. He's lost too much time. He really needs to gain into this corner and get the power down early so he can gain at least 2/10ths. And there he is. That's his 2/10ths up. He's lost a 10th there, so this is going to be touch and go. No, he's not going to be. He's going to be high up, but he's not going to get the glorious pole position.
P5.
So Melvin is on an absolute flyer here. So Melvin's behind Robert at the moment. Johan Larsson's just done a 145.2. So Melvin's 1/10th up on a 145.9. So he's looking to take that place from Peter. He's lost his time here, so he really does need to try and get his braking point right.
Yeah, he also wants to get some space in front of him because earlier on in a lap he was like 0.4 of a second up. So now he's spinning it out.
Yeah, and we'll switch to Mr. Dearlove. So Mike Dearlove, he's coming over the line and he's going to the 145s also. So that's a 145.8. So 4 drivers in the 145s. Quick hello to the stream. Hi Terry. Hi Nikos. Hi Tony. Hi Derek. Hi Don. Great result yesterday, Don, by the way. 2nd place. Absolutely brilliant, mate. It was a pleasure to watch your race yesterday. And he's gone to the pits. So let's go with Marco. So Marco was looking quite quick before early on in the pre-race. So it'll be interesting to see where he comes out. So he's 2/10ths up at the moment, which is going to take him into the 146.1s. We really could do with gaining a bit more time into this corner. Is he going to do it? He needs to leather it out the corner. No, he's going to be a 146.1, which is going to put him around 7th or 8th. There you go, 7th place. Hugh Morris again.
Look at Johan. Johan has posted a 145.2 for that provisional pole.
Yeah.
That's over half a second faster than P2.
Yeah, Hugh was looking really good before. Hugh was looking half a second up and he's lost it all in one corner. So let's go down and watch our illustrious leader, Jeremy. So Jeremy's in the 147.9s. So he was saying to me before, actually, he's struggling a little bit because he was much quicker than this. Now, the thing is with Hungary, we've never really raced it. Last season we didn't race it. So I think a combination of the tyre model change and other changes to the game, I think it's thrown a lot of people out. And consequently, people are struggling to compete with the previous lap times. So it is going to be track time. But he's a second up here. He's going for a 146.9. If he can do it. He's lost a lot of time. He really needs to get the power down on his car coming around the corner here.
So I think what it was is that earlier on in the week, he was racing in the BMW, and I think he was faster in the BMW than he is in the Macca. Right,
so he's going wide there, but he's managed to keep it. Oh no, that's track limits. He's lost his lap. So Hugo's coming round. He's a second up. But he's just kept it there. He's going to jump right up the leaderboard. And there you go. He's got into 18th place. So Hugo, great race. Hugo was struggling to get in, so managed to get him through the server.
Got big gains from Richard Colomb. He's currently in P19, but he's almost a second up. He's just about to come over the finish line.
Yeah, so he's 9/10ths up at the moment, and this is going to put him into a 146.3. I think he's going to end up with, which is 14th place. So Richard's been banging the laps in. Mike Dearlove's going quick again. We'll sit with Mike. Hi Andy, welcome to the stream. No, Melvin's not got my setup this week, Nikos, because I've not had time. So no, it's Melvin's own setup. But I will say this track is probably similar to Barcelona if you're looking at setups as an idea. So that's what I'd have been looking at. You know, Mike's lost his time here. Now Johan's going quicker again, but he's not going much quicker. Mike's 1/10 up. He only needs a 10th to claim second place from Hugh. Hugh's having a great series in this Group 2 race. Don't forget.
Yeah, wasn't he actually saying? Wasn't he saying in? Sorry, apologies. Wasn't Hugh saying in the chat the other day that he's been struggling to get back on pace because on this form, he's definitely regained it, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think with Hugh as well. He was a Group 1 racer, only because he couldn't the day of the week he could race in, and I think it put him off a little bit. And it's one of them, you know, when you change a group. There's a whole different set of characteristics that could impact you, and it probably fell with the 1.8 update as well. So, you know, a lot of drivers have struggled with the update, and I think Hugh's probably just had to find that, you know, that perfect timing for himself. And you can see now he's actually starting to look like he's got to grips. But equally, it could be some drivers do actually like this track. You know, not many do, but some drivers do actually like this track.
Come on, no one likes this track.
I do.
I don't believe you.
No, I do. I like this track. My worst track, I think, if I'm looking at all the tracks, is Barcelona. I detest it. I don't like Laguna Seca, but Barcelona's my worst track. He's lost his time, Melvin here. Melvin was looking really good.
Hugh is up by a 10th so far.
Mike Dealov's up by a 10th as well. So these two are going for it. So we got Mike, and in front of Mike in the blue in the distance there, the blue dot, that's Hugh. So these two drivers are going for that, and Hugh's 2/10 up now. Mike's 2/10 up. So it's like, Hugh's lost all his time. So Mike's gained here. He's 3/10 up. He's lost the 10th there now, so he's got the power down. Yeah, he's losing time now. Hugh's in and out of his time. Yeah, that was good by Mike the way he took that corner then. And obviously, I think Mike published as well, he's not been too well. He's been recovering from COVID, I think, so he's not been able to be in the saddle as much. He's lost a bit of time there. Yeah, he's lost all his time now, so minimal gains coming up now. Yeah, very, very low late into that corner, and consequently that's what caused the problem. I'm going to jump to the back. Car number 26, Jorgen Pedersen. So Jorgen's up 6/10. This is going to put him into the 146s. And I will say,
you found some time now. He's a quarter of a second up. He found some time in that second from last corner.
Yeah,
he's 0.3 up. He's just about to come over the finish line. It's not going to be quite enough to take that pole position, but
he's going to consolidate second.
Yeah, definitely. He's only 3/10 off of pole.
So those people who question the way the groups are set up, obviously you're always going to have one or two drivers who stand out. That's always going to be the case. But what I will say is look at the split of the times on the whole leaderboard. With the exception of James, who's in the pits, every driver is in the 147s or less. That is pretty damn impressive. And look how many are in the 146s.
I mean, it's the same yesterday in the Group 3 race. You know, the spread was a couple of seconds, wasn't it? So it's the same. So the groups have been really, really well put together for sure.
Yeah, Terry's just agreeing with me. I like this track and 8 Barcelona too. So Terry Trowbridge is on my side with that one. Yeah.
Hey, Team Terry. Team Terry.
Mike Dealov we're riding with his 3/10 up at the moment. He could steal second here. He's 4/10 up. It's looking good, Mikey. Oh, he's just lost. Let's see where he goes towards the end and whether he gains or loses.
Yeah, Melvin popped up in a 3rd place as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a great race, you know.
Yep.
Now, Mike's lost a couple of tenths now. He's struggling in that corner again. He's struggling in that corner again. He just can't seem to get the power down. So we're down to less than just under over 10 seconds now to the end of qualifying. Mark Rogers, hi Mark. It's a horrible track. Well, you know.
Aye, Mark. The Team Mark Rogers, okay? Team Pit Bits. I'll take it. Team Pit Bits against Team Terry.
That's it. That's so Johan is 2/10 up. He's going for a 144 here. That is definitely Group 1 territory, without a shadow of a doubt. Obviously, he's already into the season now, so we can't really move him after three rounds.
Yeah, plus he's not leading the championship either, so there's not really much justification.
He's in third place. Oh, he's gone very deep there, but he's managed to. He's going for a 144 here. Yeah, 144. Here we come. 144.7.
Oh, he's going to murder it.
Boom! There you go.
44.7. I've not been that fast.
I'm just going to do a quick track grid walk. As you'll notice, the time is quite long this time. That's deliberate to give drivers the ability to calm down a little bit. So, quick grid walk. We've got Johan Larsson, managed to take pole with a 144. That's an absolute flying lap. Hugh Morris, who's also in a McLaren with a great lap as well. We've then got Melvin Garland in the first of the BMWs, and Mike Dealove accompanying him in to his left-hand side. We've then got another BMW of Peter LaFrance, who had a great early qualification, and Mark Stevens in the yellow and black Lexus. Great lap there, Mark. We've then got Rainer Berger in the Golf House BMW, and we've got Bruce Hopkins. Great showing there in the Ukraine colour BMW. The first of the Ferraris of Marco Loshgadin and Stefan Buckley in the BMW. We then have Martin Bailey in the Motul BMW, and we have Dimitri in the Syndeo Audi. We then have Uwe Tholen in the BMW, and we have Andrew Ambro in the McLaren. Another one of the Ferraris, Richard Colum, and we have Daniel Britos, who's had a great qualification there in the McLaren. Then the first of the Bentleys of Aaron Shannon and Ollie Lenortner in the Lexus. We have Jeremy Arabas in the McLaren, and we have Hugo Caballero with a great qualification there in the Sun Orange BMW. We then have the Jorgen Pedersen in the Honda, and we have another BMW of Mappe Kansund. Richard McKay in the Porsche. I think that's the first Porsche we've come across actually. And we have Frank Tennant in the Rust Easy Bentley. Hi Frank, welcome back to the racing. We then have Lee Ellis in the Bentley, and we have another Porsche of Robert Abando. And then towards the end of the grid, we have Peter David and James Park. So that's your starter. That's going to be your starters for the race. What we'll do is we'll concentrate on the third place car. We'll go to the Helicam. And yeah, so Jonathan, who do you think is looking favourite here? It's obviously easy to say Johan Larsson.
Mamma mia! I mean, yeah, Johan is obviously he's definitely got the pace. He's just got to keep it together. Hughes, obviously, he has the pace. We know Melvin is very, very good. He's very, very technical. He doesn't make mistakes. And this track, as long as you don't make a mistake, you cannot let the guy behind is not going to get in front, right? You could be 3 or 4 seconds slower than the guy behind, but as long as you keep on the racing line, they're not going to get in front. So I think Melvin's got a great chance here if something happens to the top two, and the rest, everyone is very, very close. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, mate.
It is, and I think when you consider track limits as well in this track, I think anything could happen. You could be leading, just go over the curb a bit too much, and you could be getting a drive through before you know it. You're halfway down the grid again. Just a couple of more hellos. We've got Billy's joined us. Well, hi Billy. Great result yesterday, my friend. Well done, you and Don. Really had a great race yesterday. Hi Terry Howard, you've joined the stream as well. So yeah, some really good racing that. And yeah, Woolly Pie is Don Harvey, Nikos. Just so you know who it is. So we're 18 seconds. The drivers will have their engines running now, and they'll be ready to start. Now, obviously, corner 1 and corner 2 are traditionally the corners where chaos ensues. We've got Kevin who's joined. Hi Kevin, welcome to the stream. So we've really got to get through corner 1 and corner 2. I think once we get through corner 1 and corner 2, the level of incidents will probably reduce to cars going off track. Granted, you still might get the odd little touch and stuff, but we'll just see where it goes. The live stewards are also going to be looking at all the incidents, so it could be chaotic. Hopefully it's not going to be chaotic. There, Johan's just bringing the grid up a little bit. And obviously you can see Hughes just keeping to his track marker. That's what the game allows you to do, and it does mean Hughes going to get a great start here. That's just the nature of the beast. No drive-throughs to start with. Great start. Let's see where this goes. Look at that for a grid. Awesome. Currently no cars going off. There's a car, McLaren, coming down the middle, but no, everyone's...
Oh, Hugh
someone's
showing
off.
his nose, and I think Hugh has taken out Johan Larsson.
I thought Hugh... Oh, right. Oh, yes, there's cars further behind. Oh, dear. Let's just go back.
So that's going to mean that Melvin is going to be the de facto
Let's just have a
leader of this race.
I think...
To me, it looked like to me that Hugh just showed his nose in. Yeah, and Johan closed the door, which he's entitled to do. But this is what happens. We talked about this yesterday.
That was Hugh who spun. Yep. That's Johan who's got through. And then further down the back of the grid, there was as you can see,
the other way around. Okay.
Chaos, absolute chaos at the back.
Oh goodness me! Wow.
So that means now Johan's leading. So I think he's going to run away with it. Mike Dearlove is in second. And Melvin is putting pressure on Mike Dearlove. So, yeah, it's, well. Could be an interesting race. And we've got Martin Bailey and a couple of cars here battling. Bailey putting pressure on Danny.
The question is here, though, what is our live steward going to say about that accident? So, was it Johan's fault? Because he was going down the inside where he probably shouldn't have. I would have said that was Hugh's corner. So let's see what happens with that live stewarding. This is going to be interesting.
I think the problem you've got there, and there's it looks like that was going to be close behind as well. I think the problem you've got there is Hugh took a massive advantage for the start, and that start put him in the position he was in. So I think the stewards obviously investigate it, and there was contact there between Hugh and Juve as well. So Hugh's really trying to get himself back up the field again now. So Johan Larsson's already 2 seconds. I'm going to just jump to another battle going on here. We've got cars off the track here. Yeah,
Melvin just went off, and Stevens went through.
So let's look
Melvin is down to 4th.
Let's have a look here. So Peter is coming round the corner. He's behind Mark Stevens. Peter's in the red. Stevens is in the yellow in front. And Peter makes contact with somebody, although I can't see who the contact was with. So you can see two BMWs behind. Here. Oh no! Whoa! God, that was someone was braking very late.
Oy, mamma mia!
Now I think that was Stefan actually, who was very late on the braking there. So yeah, luckily that was a more like a love tap. So just back to the action again. So we're now riding on board with Robert Abando. So Robert's in one of the Porsches, and you can see there's this little gaggle of cars now, obviously trying to keep up with each other. And it'll be interesting to see where this all levels itself out, because at some point in the race it'll plateau and we'll see cars just going round almost in procession. I'm going to jump forward a little bit further because Hugh is really putting pressure on. He's really trying to force his trick here. He's alongside Aaron. Shannon Aaron's got the line. That's very close. Hugh's looking quick, isn't he? He's got so much speed. And Aaron's gone wide there. That was no contact. Hughes on a mission here. So Hughes now trying to catch up to Martin Bailey. And you can see there, Johan Larsson's just on a 1:46.5. He's really putting that gap between him and Melvin, who's now in second place, as you said.
Yeah. In fact, Melvin's blood pressure is going to be really, really ticking right now because I don't think he's been in P2 this early in a race. Which is it's absolutely fantastic. We've seen how much better he's got. He's improved so much this season,
So
and to see him in P2 is fantastic.
Our first penalty is being given to car 84, and it's a 15-second time penalty.
Yep. So I called that. So now Melvin Garland is your leader.
Based on times, he's got to pull out a big gap there, but yeah, that's the stewards have decided Choan was at fault for that first incident, and consequently that penalty has been given. Now there has been contact with these two guys here, Martin and Hugh. Hugh is not giving in. He's been quite bullish actually about passing cars, and I'm not sure, oh, that was... Yeah, I could see where that was exactly going to go there. That was a very ambitious move by Mr. Bailey. I think he wanted his place back there, and I think he was going into a corner. That was reducing all the time. So luckily he's back on track now and he'll be running again, but he's lost a lot of time. Meanwhile, Hugh carries on, and Hugh's up to 11th place. I'm just going to jump forward a little bit. Rainer Berger is the number 68 car, the brown BMW, and is putting pressure. I was going to say putting pressure on Peter, but actually Bruce Hopkins is putting pressure on Rainer. And there's been a massive incident further back. What's gone on here?
Oh goodness, it's like a 6-car incident.
So I'm trying to work out what the cause of it was. So I'm driving on board with Robert because I did know Robert was involved, and I'm just trying to work out, has somebody lost the back end? Oh, Robert's lost the back end, but no issue there. So far so good. So where does it go wrong? Oh, Robert's took him, and then obviously you've got bang, 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 bang. Cars crashing for
wow,
fun.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, it's a parking lot down there, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the stewards are definitely going to be looking at that one without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. I think they might have to wait for that one until after the race because there's just so much going on.
Well, I think the first car's at fault there, isn't it? The first incident is what caused all that. I mean, the other car's just spinning. You can't,
Yeah, it's the Robert Obando effect right there. We've seen that before. No disrespect to you, Robert.
Yeah, so
we love you, man.
So I'd imagine that's Robert's going to be under investigation, but I'll see what the stewards say about that, and I'll feed that back. Quickly back to the stream. Yeah, people just saying about the Canadian Arcade, whoever you are, welcome. Hi, John. Let us know you are Canadian Arcade if you're a racer with us. If not, thanks very much. Don't forget, there's 33 watching the stream and only 14 likes. Get that button hit.
So here's the thing, mate. So Johan has been given a 15-second penalty, and after only 8 minutes, I mean, he's 5 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
So he can do this. He just needs to get his head down.
He does.
Stay calm and just pull away.
Yeah.
Because he could be 20, 25 seconds ahead by the end of this race.
There's a couple of changes going on here. We've just had Richard take past Martin, but Martin's going up the inside. He wants his corner back. Oh, very aggressive driving.
Yeah,
I'm struggling to understand, why drivers are trying to force themselves into corners.
Which this track is just so difficult to pass. You almost have to, and you've got to hope that the guy ahead lets you. But half the time they don't. So it's very, very difficult. This is just a very, very difficult track. We've seen it in Formula One and in every other formula. So many incidents over the years, and it's almost impossible.
Peter David's been given a stop and go for speeding in the pit lane. So this battle's still going on here, and the Rainer's car just seems to have been going really slow all of a sudden. But yeah, Larson's now 10 seconds clear. No, 6 seconds clear, sorry. So he's really putting, trying to put... Right, car 211 is under investigation. Hugh Morris. Hugh's under investigation. I wonder if that's forcing before that we didn't see with Martin. You know, when Martin come back, I said there was contact prior to that. I'm just wondering whether that's what the the situation is there. So Hugh Morris is under investigation. This battle's looking really tasty now. Peter looks like he's got to grips. But we've also got Stefan in there as well. And look, so they can go around the corners.
Side by side.
They can go around the corners.
You see, they can. They're respecting each other's space. For
Oh,
now, they're going to be three wide
abreast.
going down the straight. Crikey, look at this. Look at this. Who's going to come out on top here?
I've no idea. Oh, he's going to the inside. Stefan's going for it.
Come on, Stefan. Go on, boy.
And Stefan's pulled it off.
Awesome. Good stuff.
That was a great spectacle, like the three cars together.
Yes.
I don't know about Melvin's R8. I bet you Stefan's wasn't going too bad as well.
Yeah. I think Krista's going to be putting together some really good screenshots of that one for sure.
Without a shadow of a doubt. I don't think we see that often, do we? Three cars abreast.
No, not a track like this, that's for sure.
And Peter's still putting pressure on where it all started. So it's almost like Stefan jumped the pair of them.
Yeah, no, he did. He totally did.
Robert's so Martin and Robert are trading places here. Now, I would believe that there's damage to both of these cars. So consequently, I think this is a battle of damaged cars. And I do think Jorgen, and they have had contact as well. I do believe Jorgen, who's behind them, is probably going to pass the pair of them. Jorgen is looking quicker, actually, just looking at that screenshot then. Now, interesting. Johan's not pulling away from Melvin anymore.
He's not, is he?
Now,
6.5 seconds.
I'm wondering whether that means Johan's already done track limits and he's a bit concerned.
That wouldn't surprise me, mate. I mean, and it would definitely explain things. 45-minute race around here, it's really difficult not to have at least 2 or 3 track limits, and then you get to that last one, and you're gonna give yourself a little bit of leeway and not go for those fast laps. So the question is, where's Melvin? With track limits. My money would be on Melvin to stay within track limits between the two of them.
Is that where you have to, Nikos? My apologies.
Bruce Hopkins in P8. He's doing a great job right there.
It's funny as well, because wasn't Bruce one of the ones complaining in Discord about the ping?
Yeah.
And he's having an
he's on the West Coast. I think he's in in Sacramento, I believe. So pretty much the same kind of distance as I am to the server. So yeah, it's working.
Yeah.
Our pings are about like 150, 160 when they were in about 80 or 90 before.
Oh, Rainer there. You can just hear the car scratching round the corner. He's being pressured. Bruce is having a great race here.
Yeah, he is. It's funny, most of the overtaking you see down into the first corner, and that was like the scene. That's been the scene of some of the most spectacular overtakes in Formula One. Do you ever see that one? I think it was 1986. Nelson Piquet overtaking Ayrton Senna, going around the outside of the corner, completely sideways. You ever see that, mate?
No.
Amazing. It has to be like one of the best overtakes in Formula One history, and it happened to be at like the most difficult place to overtake. I'll post it in the chat after the race.
Had a bit of an issue here where Bentley, Lee Ellis. Just trying to work out what happened. There was contact with another car. I think that's Robert in front. Lee's has it so far. So Lee's going up the inside. Right.
Very difficult, and Robert doesn't drive with mirrors. He's in VR with no mirrors, so he only has his radar to look at. So that was always going to happen.
Not many battles going on at the moment. This is one of the closest ones. So let's see it from Mappe's perspective. You can see Tim's car's looking a bit shot as well. So yeah, Tim's really struggling with that. Ollie's putting pressure on Hugo in front of him. I'll switch to that in a minute if that spices up a little bit, but this is the closest. Martin's looking for the move. He's not in a good position to make that move pull off. But he's going for up the inside. Oh, he's got a good drive, hasn't he? But he hasn't got the inside line yet, which means Mappe can still go for it. Oh, good driving.
Yeah.
Very good.
The inside line is going to win there.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. He's still got his nose ahead. Now he's got him.
He has. That pass has been cleared. And I'm going to jump back to Richard, who's going to try and pass, and Jeremy's joined this party. So Robert looks like he's for the taking now on every car because he's just not got the pace. I think when he got that contact before, yeah. So there's
it's destroyed his straight line speed basically.
A penalty's been issued to car number 211. 5-second time penalty for a bump pass. So Hugh's got a penalty for that.
Hugh Morris, yep. Ooh, Ollie just had to do some avoiding action right there. And now he's dropped back a couple of seconds.
Just jumping back to Bruce, because Bruce is really putting pressure on Rayner here, as you can see. And is he going to get the run? He's going for it. No, Rayner's gone defensive. Oof. He's still not giving up. Is he trying the old switcheroo? No, he's not. He's wanting the better drive. And you can see Dimitri sat behind now in the Syndeo car. Syndeo.world, one of our sponsors, as is PWS, preciouswashers.co.uk and Aqua Green. And obviously for all those who donate as well to allow us to carry on providing this service. We're truly grateful to everybody. I'm going to so Jeremy's just past Richard. So I think Richard had a bit of a to do there coming out the last corner because Jeremy passed him without conflict there, and Jeremy's now after Robert. So let's see how this goes. So let's look at it from Robert's car, because I think we're going to see Jeremy catch up quite quickly here. I would say we could see it from the rear of Robert's car, but we can't even see Jeremy's car there. So what we'll do is we'll see it from see what's going on here, and you can see Richard still not giving in. You can see the bonnet's affected on that Porsche, so I'll see where we're going on. Jeremy's car looks relatively intact.
But once again, you know, we're talking about a driver who doesn't have any mirrors. Yep. So, you know, what's going to happen here?
I mean, Jeremy's quite, you know, Jeremy looks... Oh, that was close. That was very close. In fact, I'm sure Jeremy's front end just hit the nick, starting the nick of that back of the Porsche.
Yeah.
I think Jeremy will go for the straight. Peter's lost a lot of time. He's looks like he's gone off track, Peter. He's lost several places. Melvin's 10 seconds behind Johan now. There is a yellow somewhere on circuit. And car 515, which is Andrew Ambro.
Oh, dear. And Robert just got very, very defensive coming towards the end of the lap there. He moved over into the braking zone. I'm sure Jeremy's not going to be very happy about that. Well, let's see what he can do going onto the main straight.
Yeah, one of the rules is you're not allowed to move into the braking zone and brake for that obvious reason. So if he's breaching the rules there's the possibility, you know, he could actually receive a penalty for that.
I think it was kind of on the grey line, I think.
Right.
But
okay.
here goes Jeremy.
Pace
He's towing up. Yeah,
pace difference is massive. Look at that.
Straight.
In fact,
come on, Robert.
Yeah, I think Robert's being very ambitious trying to do that. He's forced Jeremy off there, but I think Jeremy's going to get the power down here.
Yeah, no, he actually moved over on him on the straight there.
He did. Yeah, there was no. I mean, once the driver's alongside, you can't defend by moving across. That could have gone so wrong. But luckily it didn't. I think we're going to see Richard and Lee catch up as well now. You can see the Bentley there coming round the corner. And I think that Porsche is going to take Robert. I say Robert's a sitting duck here. I think that impact he had where he spun out before.
I mean, let's stay on Robert to see what happens, because you know he obviously doesn't have the pace, but I don't want to see him. You know, causing any shenanigans like moving over, but you know, if what he just did to Jeremy, he does again, then we're going to have a little bit of excitement.
And the Bentley of Lee's managed to pass Richard. Richard again made a mistake and gone wide. All right, I'm going to jump forward because we've got a battle further up. We've got Dimitri in the Syndeo car, and you can see a couple of cars behind, Aaron and Uwe, battling it out as well. And Peter, I don't know if Peter's got a problem with his tyres, because he does seem to have lost quite a bit of time, and he's now becoming under attack from the other cars. Danny's doing well as well, to be fair. Danny Britos, he was another one who was worried about his ping, and yet he looks stable as hell. and he's one of the
Yeah,
ones
you
in the
see,
red.
he's got Hugh right behind him, and Hugh's basically, he got past a few cars, but he's now basically completely halted in his tracks.
Yeah,
Behind Daniel.
I
We know, Daniel, he is a very defensive driver, but he doesn't make any mistakes. So as long as he doesn't make any mistake, then Hugh's not going to get by.
I was just about to say there, Jonathan, that Dimitri, if you've ever been behind Dimitri and tried to pass him, he's such an intelligent driver where he knows his car isn't as quick, and he makes it really difficult for you. So yeah, he's a pretty he's a good driver. He's quick, but he's also very intelligent in relation to where to put the car for defence. And he really makes it that the driver trying to pass has got to work extra hard to make that pass happen.
Well, I know exactly how to get past Dimitri because we race quite a lot most evenings, and we're in Discord. And it's not what I do on the track; it's what I say to him in Discord. It puts him off.
Robert's off. Richard's passed him, so Robert decided he wants to go cut in the grass a little bit. So Jorgen in the Honda, the only Honda in the whole series. He's putting pressure now on Mappy Kanstund. I think we've got, I'm just waiting for the stewards to come through. There is a notification coming through from the stewards. So we'll just see what this notification is going to be. He's just gone a bit deep there as Jorgen.
Melvin has now dropped back to over 11 seconds behind.
I'm seeing it as 12.2. So, yeah. Aaron Shannon's caught up to Hugh, so I think Hugh's struggling behind Danny. So it looks like Johan is trying to get that 15-second penalty obliterated by pure driving, which, let's face it, I'm sure there's certain Formula 1 drivers who have done the same. You can see the Honda's got the pace here, but Mappe's got the inside line into the corner. And I think we'll see Mappe defend. Oh no, great late break in there, but has he gone too deep? He has indeed, and it's allowed the BMW to get thing, but he's now got the inside line, and the acceleration's much better on the Honda. Oh, he's gone sideways. Oh, and he's hit the wall. He's hit the barrier. So he's going to be struggling now, Jorgen, there as a result of that. So it takes the pressure off Mappe there. So let's carry on with this battle here. So this is Hugh still trying to pass Danny.
Stefan is really, really challenging Mike Dearlove now. They're just about to come onto the main straight. And Stefan is going to get a better drive. 5-second penalty for Mr. Robert Obando. Make that 2 5-second penalties for Mr. Robert Obando. Yeah,
so Robert Obando's got he's got a 10-second penalty, time penalty for loss and damage to car 63. So obviously I think they're now starting to catch up with the incidents of what's going on there. Danny very late under braking there with Dimitri, and you can see there's the white Bentley of trying to work out who the white Bentley is. It's not Frank, is it? That's Danny. Shoot, it's Aaron. So the Canadian Arcade obviously knows Aaron, I take it. Hi Ian, I missed you, sorry before. Welcome to the stream. I try to always include everybody who's on the stream just so I can give you a shout out. Yeah, Nikos. In fact, Hugo's connection's better than it was. He's actually got half a decent connection, and he's driving really well. Actually, Hugo. He's into 16th. Right, I'm going to jump forward because we've got another battle. It just seems the track, no matter where you are on track, there's cars battling it out. Peter's looking at racy again now. So Rayner's the one. The brown one, isn't he? So we're on it. Bruce is getting pressured by Peter. Look at this. So Lexus with 3 BMWs. Oh, and Peter's gone wide.
Crikey.
Didn't damage him too much. It's not upset the pace or anything, but yeah, we're not going to get 3 wide down here again, are we, on the straight?
Not this time.
Yeah, Jorgen's pitted, which is half expected with that damage to the car. He'd probably done his wheel in that, so he would have been struggling.
Yeah, and Robert Obando pitted for repairs, so now he doesn't have a floppy bonnet anymore.
Yeah. And Yeah, but he'll still have the 10-second penalty as well to deal with.
This is an interesting battle for third place between Mike Dearlove and Stefan Buckley. I think Stefan has the better pace. It's a question of pushing hard enough to get him to make that big mistake and get past. And you know that the difference between fourth and third. Hey man, it's a podium place, so he's going to be really motivated for this.
And I think if Mike gets third, that'll be his first podium. And I'm just thinking, Melvin, has Melvin ever made the podium before?
I don't believe he does. I might be wrong, but I don't think he has.
I'm trying to think whether Melvin's done the podium. I don't think he has. So if Melvin can keep his head straight, he's now got the 15-second gap at Johan, so you know he's not going to win the race. But if Melvin can keep his head straight, he could end up claiming his first podium and a second-place podium at that.
Yeah, we still haven't had any drive-throughs as well for track limits, so I think that's going to come into play, mate.
I totally agree, and plus the tyres do go off on this track in the last 15 minutes, so I think also that's going to play a part. Now, Hugh is still battling with Danny. Still can't get past Danny. Uwe's putting pressure on Aaron, so he's not getting any run there, is he, Stefan?
No, he needs a mistake.
Yeah.
He needs a mistake.
We've lost a couple of cars. We're down to 26, so a couple of cars you're going to think has quit. Jorgen Pedersen's quit.
There's the race from 5th all the way down to like 13th is very close. There's no more than a second and a half between any of them.
Yeah, it's I mean, you've got Hugh now and Danny. Let me just go to the helicam. Danny's got the inside still. Hugh's wanting that, but look behind. We've got two cars, Aaron and Uwe, and Aaron's made the pass. So the white Bentley has made the pass on the white, red and blue BMW of Uwe. Great pass there, Aaron. Well done. Oh, Hugh sliding it. He's absolutely sliding it, Hugh. So are we going to see Aaron put pressure on Hugh now? He's just gone deep there. That could be a track limit, that one. He wants to be careful. They'll be getting a drive-through. Yeah, Hugh is not giving in on Danny at all.
He's not. It's quite the opposite, actually. He's really pushing it now, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, it's either going to be Hugh's going to make a mistake and go out of control and go off track, or there's going to be
shenanigans.
I was going to say avoidable contact.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Eve.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be. I've got a busy day tomorrow. I did have 2 games to referee, but one of them's just been called off. So I've got a game, and then we're having a meal, and then I'll be racing. Believe it or not.
Nice. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And Aaron is actually
going for it. He's going down the inside. Yeah. Oh, what braking!
He might take both of them.
He's gone too deep. He's gone too deep.
That was brilliant, though, wasn't it?
That's what you call ambitious.
and here comes Hugh. Here comes Hugh and Danny.
Yeah, but they were here before, weren't they? They were here before. Yeah. This is like a replay of the previous lap. In fact, they're almost identical places.
Yeah. and Uwe's joined the party as well.
Yeah.
I couldn't get any closer.
Yeah, if we just look at the back of Danny, you just get to see just how close Hugh is at putting pressure on him here. In fact, you can see, look how close all 4 cars are. One mistake and you're losing it all here, isn't it? One mistake and you lose it all.
Well, I mean, little mistakes you're okay, but you know, anything big, then yeah, you know, you just can't. The good thing between Hugh and Danny, which hopefully I won't, you know, ensue the commentator's curse, is that because he's driving against an identical car, it's a little bit easier to judge their braking. So you know, if he was in a BMW, it would be difficult.
Hugh's all over the back. All over the back.
He is. Oh, no. Oh, crikey.
Oh, dear. Oh, Aaron's took Hugh out there. That one could definitely been under investigation there. Aaron was being very ambitious there.
Will he let him by, though? Will he
Well,
let him by?
if he does, he's going to lose places to Uwe as well. I mean, he's got a lap to let him by, really, but that gap's looking too big to me. So I would imagine I'll hear from the stewards in a bit that that's going to be under investigation. So that's took all the pressure off Danny now. Absolutely took all the pressure off Danny. And I think it also means Frank is potentially now started to... yes, I think Frank's reeling these guys in as well, you know. Frank Tennant.
Well, Frank has got Richard right behind him as well. So he's either stringing him along or holding him up.
Stefan is still putting pressure on Mike. These two are still at it.
Yeah, he's only 0.2 behind him, and it's like he couldn't really get any closer, could he?
Well, if he was close, he'd be hitting him.
Exactly.
Martin Bailey's just passed Hugo. Yeah, he's just managed to pass Hugo. He'd been behind him for quite a while. There was contact there, actually. But let's just see what that contact was all about. And whether it was, you know, a bit of force there. Or whether it was just a love tap. So, nothing there so far. Hugo's gone a little bit wide. No, he's not gone too wide, actually. Martin's got a relatively... Martin's gone for the attack down the inside. Yeah, that was a bit ambitious there, I think.
Yeah, that's what we call a dive right there.
Yeah.
But his opponent gave room. You see, had he not given room, they would have crashed.
Yeah. So
and that's what we were talking about yesterday. What's the difference between a legitimate overtake, a dive with, or a dive when, you know, you actually have an accident ensue?
Show Frank Tennant's car for his grandson. Okay, let's go to Frank. And what we'll do, as a special request, there you go. It's Rusty's number 44.
Ka-chow.
Nitric. Ka-chow. That's exactly it. We'll jump back to Peter. Oh, no we won't. We'll go back to Peter there. That must have been Peter's hands behind his back in his car. Hopefully that was satisfactory for you, Nikos. Now Ollie's pitting.
Yeah, he's pitting from a solid 18th place. So good job.
Why he's pitting? There's no compulsory pit stops. And it's not a drive through or anything. He's actually pitting. Uwe's gone off. In fact, that was contact with Hugh. Now let's see what's gone on here. So Uwe's in front of Hugh. Danny's gone wide. So that means Hugh's already made a mistake. Hugh's gone very, very deep and quick there. Oh, 3 wide through this section does not go.
Oh boy. What's going to happen? Well, they sorted themselves out, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't think we can hold...
Oh, there's the contact right there.
I don't think we can hold Hugh guilty for that one. He's, I think he was well and truly around the outside of that one. So yeah, Hugh's, where's Hugh now? Hugh's up into 12th place. But Hugh must have made a mistake because he did lose out and gain back up again. And yeah. So that's the back marker as well. So Marco Loshkadin's in the Ferrari there. He's a back marker, so they've already started catching up the back markers.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch, but I think Johan is going to
now
get to them, but I don't think Melvin or Micah are going to reach them, though.
Now look at this. This is Melvin. And look who's behind him. Mike Dearlove and Stefan Buckley. They are both gunning for him. And they've removed a 3-second gap. And the gap is down to 1.5 seconds. So either Melvin's still racing conservatively, which he does, or his tyres are starting to feel it a little bit. Now his lap times actually aren't too bad, but Mike behind him, his last lap was 0.5 second quicker, as was Stefan's lap. So these two guys behind are absolutely flying at the moment. Look at that, the 3 of them there together in the BMWs. No worries, Nikos. Special bit of a camera there just for Frank Tennant's grandkids, Mr. Lightning McQueen. Cow. the word is. Yeah, Mike's got a good angle coming out here now. Ooh, he slipped a little bit there, Mike, actually. Let's go back to Mike, because Mike's also got Stefan behind him as well. Melvin's just pulled a little bit there, but I'm not too sure whether this is sustainable for Melvin. I do think they're probably going to catch up a little bit on him. And the only other action on track is Lee. The Ellis is putting pressure on Jeremy. Jeremy's running in 18th place at the moment in the number 88 McLaren. And Lee's really putting pressure on him. I've got notifications coming through from the stewards. I'll pass them on in a second when the notifications come through.
Do you get an email or a fax when they come through? Or is it just a simple text message?
Yeah, it's just a simple text message under investigation. It's like a VAR, you know, like they're doing in Formula 1.
Yeah.
I can see something was being typed, so I'll probably hear something in a minute. So we'll wait and see. That's why I need all my screens, because I've got everything going on.
You got your race control.
Yeah. In fact, we've got a good little battle here. We've got Rayner, Bruce, and Mark Stevens. And Stefan is now right on the chuff of Mike Dearlove as well. Hughes right on the chuff of Danny Morris. Lee Ellis is on the chuff of Jeremy. And for those who don't know what a chuff is, it means a bumper. Oh, wow! What a move! He's not going to carry that round the corner, surely. He has done. How did he get away with that?
Side by side still, though.
Wow! Great racing. Oh, he's got the inside here. Advantage. Oh, he's took him wide, though.
Oh, no.
Oh, Peter's took them both. And he's lost out. He's lost 2 places doing that. It's like he deliberately forced him wide. There was contact there as well. What a shame. Right, there has been another penalty. Another 5-second penalty. Issued to Robert Obando for not yielding. So that implies Robert's being passed now by back markers, and he wasn't observing blue flags is all I can interpret from that.
I think Robert will actually enjoy seeing his name in lights, though, because he'll be smiling right now.
The Canadian Arcade, if you want to make a request, feel free. Just notify it that Aaron Shannon's birthday is this week. Are we allowed to know his age? Happy birthday, Aaron. He's amongst good company, because it is my birthday tomorrow, as you've probably heard from others. As in yesterday
others,
and today.
Or him.
Well, you and Jeremy, it was yesterday, weren't you saying it? Oh, Rayner's just got sideways there. Right, I'm going to go out to Lee Ellis on Jeremy. Yeah, that back race at the front kind of settled down. Johan's managed to survive his 15-second penalty. And unbelievably, not tempting fate, we've not had a drive-through yet for track limits. Which is actually quite impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Actually, I'm pretty impressed with the fact that we haven't had that many crashes. You know, we had a couple at the beginning. We had that parking lot incident, but we've had a few little bit of barging here and there, but nothing that's caused any major wrecks. You know, so it's very impressive. We got 26 cars still on track.
Yeah. Yes, Derek. Always the comedian. It's my birthday this year as well. I'm sure we'll know when yours is at some point. Yes, Don, we'll see who's cut the tyres, because I think we'll see speed drop-offs massively. I think I said it's usually the last 15 minutes where you observe it.
So have you had time to actually look at this circuit and see how detailed it is?
Yeah, well, I've not spent time looking at it every nook and cranny like I did with, say, something like Imola, with obviously the Senna Memorial and stuff like that.
So they have that whole water park that's the famous water park with all the slides. It's really neat.
Okay. He's really putting pressure on Danny here. To be fair, these two have had a great race, you know. Absolute brilliant race.
Well, I mean, with 6 minutes remaining, you know, there's been a whole bunch of drivers who have had great races. So, I mean, I guess the question comes up now: who is, you know, the driver of the day? Is it Johan? You know, he took pole position by half a second, or about 3/10 of a second, I think, and he's led all the way, even though he had that contretemps at the first turn. So maybe that blots his copybook a little bit. You've got Melvin, who's held on to second place. Hopefully, he'll finish second. That's an amazing result for me. Stefan, who's gained a lot of places. I think he may have started 8th, 9th, or 10th or something. So he's gained a lot of places, which is unlikely. You know, you've got a lot of drivers out there. Even, you know, and Danny Bridos, you know, he's held on to that position with intense pressure from Hugh the entire race. So what do you think?
Well, I'm just looking at the position changes here. I'll put them up on the screen. And Frank Tennant's gained 10 positions. Danny's gained 5.
He always does, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Aaron Shannon's gained 7 positions. And Dimitri's gained 3. So there's a couple of drivers there, you know, who've definitely gone forward. And it's good to see James Park as well. He's made 5 places. I think Ollie's quit, actually. I don't know if he's had problems. He's quit to the pits. And Mappe's now in the pits as well. So obviously that's going to affect things, what's going on. Yeah, this battle's still going on between the 3 of these cars. But as you say, it's difficult to pass. And there's been contact with Hugh and Uwe. And again, you can see Hugh's behind Uwe. So Uwe's managed to get a good run somewhere. And they've I presume they've door touched. And this time, Hugh come off worst.
Well, he certainly has had an exciting race, that's for sure.
Well,
Poor guy's got to be like sweating and with high blood pressure after this.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
We've had brown flags all around the circuit, you know.
Yeah, lots of them. Yeah, I mean, Danny's relentless, isn't he? He's just chucking in lap after lap after lap after lap. I mean, his lap times aren't too bad, actually, you know, from a consistency perspective.
Yeah, I mean, he's a machine, really, isn't he?
What will be interesting is if the BMW grunt on the straight can give him a bit of advantage, because he's only been against McLaren before, hasn't he? He's now against the BMW, so are we going to see the BMW get a good run on Danny here? He's gaining. He's definitely gaining. He's not going to gain enough, though. But Danny, again, just putting his car to the right of the track there, just to give him that edge into the corner, really. And Stefan is now putting pressure on Mike again. This is like, there's bits of track which we seem to be repeating every lap.
Yeah, this battle for second place is like, now it's hot right now. So we've got probably
2
like
minutes.
2 laps remaining.
Yeah, Mike wants to be careful. We're going too wide.
Yeah, and if they're going to hit those track limits, it's going to be now.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing it now, do you? Because that's
Nope.
Is it 130 second penalty, isn't it?
Yep.
Oof, that would really spoil your race. This is great. This is, I mean, two positives for today. This race has been absolutely awesome, but we've tested the new server, and I don't think there's been any issues. And even some of the drivers who thought they may struggle, they haven't. Now I'm just hoping Ollie's isn't as a result of the server, and for some reason he felt it was undrivable. So just for reference for the viewers and for Jonathan, there's been 30 incidents recorded today. Quite a lot.
Yeah, that is quite a lot. But if you remember, there was that one incident where there was like 6 or 7 cars involved.
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
I think that number is kind of high.
Yeah, I think in that incident alone, there's probably 6 contacts, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's been a lot of minor contact. I think a lot of door-on-door stuff.
These 3 BMWs have just been at it. I mean, it's great to see, you know. I mean, I speak to Melvin. Oh, Jonathan, that one was recorded as one incident, not
Oh, is that right? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
stewards are.
Okay.
As-
Okay.
as
The,
in-
the steward. The stewards are listening.
In my ear, the stewards have just told me. Oh, Stefan, is he going to make it? No, he's not.
Oh, so close. He almost hit him, didn't he?
Yeah, he got close there. He's just had to back off a little bit.
Yeah, I think the battle for the here is now over, with 45 seconds remaining.
Hi, Mr. Wolfslaner. Welcome to the stream. Glad you've been enjoying it.
So we've started the final lap now.
We have, so we'll jump forward with Johan. I'm aware there's other races on track at the moment, and there's a few battles going on, and you can see that Johan's just took Jeremy and Lee as well, who are still battling. But this battle is still going on, and Hugh is not giving up, you know. But he's now getting pressured by Marco, who's actually a back marker. So Marco's there was contact between Uwe and Hugh again. Again, door banging. 2 incidents included 5 cars each, for reference. Anyone want to go for a drive of the day? Quick, the chat. Anybody? I can do drive
Mine
of
would
the day.
be Melvin. Melvin.
Okay, so we're going with Melvin to start with. Anybody else? Drive of the day? The Canadian Arcade would say Aaron Shannon. There's a bit of bias going on there. Derek's going for Melvin as well. Peter's going for Johan. So we've got 2 for Melvin. Well, we're coming to the end of the race. Anyone else? We've got 3 for Melvin. Stefan Buckley or Melvin. I think we'll go with Melvin because we're coming to the end now. There's a few drivers to shout at. Aaron's definitely up there.
And you guys, we've got 40 people watching. Please, please, please hit that like button. We only have 18 likes so far, so let's get that up to 40.
Ignore that message on the screen. I've pressed the wrong button against the wrong thing. That's my fault.
Melvin.
Sorry, Melvin. Sorry, Melvin.
Under investigation for being the driver of the day.
Sorry, Melvin. That's my fault. I pressed the wrong blasted button. And for some reason, drive of the day's not working now. So, in fact, it's just completely crashed my application. So, yeah. I don't quite know what's happened there, so I'll close that down. All the technicalities are going wrong.
And our winner is Johan Larsen. What good job, man. Good job.
Yeah.
Even after taking that 15-second penalty, he's still an additional 7 seconds ahead of Melvin. So good job.
Yeah. For some reason, my feed for the trophies isn't working because I've broken it. So that'll have to be next time. So I try and get a podium up there, but I can't anymore. So welcome, well done, Johan. I'm just trying to find where we're up to on the cars passing. Aaron Shannon there with a great finish in the white Bentley. Dimitri Stathis and Melvin was not under investigation. That was the idiot doing the cameras that caused that. So well done. Danny has managed to do a fantastic hold off throughout the whole race. And Richard Colum's just coming over the line. As is Martin Bailey. Frank Tennant did well in the end. And Hugo Caballero. He's the last driver to be officially finishing, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks very much, everyone, for watching. Happy birthday,
cheers,
Aaron.
everyone.
Yeah.
We'll see you all tomorrow.